Winners match with IDEPS and GC Busan Blue. We have Doug and Kang on the KFM with Daeyoung Choi on the Assassin. But right now, it is a best of 7, and the first game will be the single. We have to see who can take the momentum for their team.
All right, the body swap happens, not too much. Daeyoung Choi did make the first move, but nothing happened.
So right now,
use the body swap.
Yes, but both teams, understandably, they're taking it slow because they want the best opportunity with the KFM being a close range class and the Assassin.
Close range.
Yeah, but Assassin can make more mobility moves that can make all the difference.
Oh,
so we have to see. So Daeyoung Choi does make the first move, gets him into the aerial, gets some good damage onto him, still getting consistent damage. Doug and Kang not able to answer for all of this. He does save his escape for now, but he took a lot of it. Perhaps he could have used it earlier.
All right, no, he actually saved it and he got out. And Daeyoung Choi was actually playing some mind games as well as Doug and Kang. He backed away, didn't do his full combo as an assassin because he didn't want to get knocked back by Doug and Kang's second win. But now he gets CC'd again, and there we go. Finally, we see that second win knockback, and now it's Doug and Kang's chance.
Doug and Kang putting good amount of damage and puts him into the arrow after that amount of damage.
Coming, there we go. The stealth is finally used.
Yeah, so it forces out the stealth from Daeyoung Choi, and now they're even in the number of escapes they have. But Doug and Kang putting out good damage after he took out the first
now
damage.
He's not. Doug and Kang is finished.
It's going to be finished most likely as the full combo does come in. Enough damage coming in for the side of GC Busan Blue, and GC Busan Blue is up 1-0 in this series.
Oh gosh, Doug and Kang. As an assassin, see, him saving his escape at the first time was amazing. It was amazing because Daeyoung Choi kind of wussed out and he didn't do his full combo because he's like, all right, I used almost all my CC, and that is when people usually tab escape to knock back. So I'm going to back away, and then Doug and Kang just got up and backstepped away and saved his tab escape, giving him the opportunity to do the damage, to counter. But after that, you don't want to get CC'd after you use the tab
when
escape.
you're out of this game. But I think Daeyoung Choi is thinking what I was thinking. If you put that much amount of damage, you would already use the tab escape by then. But he does save it until then. But getting CC'd again, like you said, when you are out of that escape is crucial for Doug and Kang, and he pays the biggest price by getting the full combo after the aerial, and which literally causes him to die in the end.
Yeah, so basically right now, just now before the screen changed, before the screen changed, they just basically traded the same amount of HP with the same amount of escapes. Yeah. And then afterwards, when they were both out of escapes and they both traded the same amount of damage, Daeyoung Choi winning just proved to us that he landed 2 CCs. So the first CC after the trade, allowing Doug and Kang to use his tab escape, and then a secondary CC again after the second win, finishing off the match, which means within those times, Doug and Kang was unable to land any CCs on Daeyoung Choi, which means Daeyoung Choi outplayed Doug and Kang.
Essentially, that is what happened, but we have to see what the second match will bring to us because Sang Kim is out on his Assassin against Yoon on the Blade Dancer. And let me make my statement right here. I'm a fan of the Blade Dancer. The more I watch it, it's so entertaining to watch, and I'm sure the viewers will understand when you hit the full ultimate from the Blade Dancer, it is the most exciting to see. And as biased as I am on the Blade Dancer class itself, but I want to see a good match from both of these guys because we see the Assassin coming out from IDEPS, and IDEPS are not really used to losing right now in this entire tournament because they have been performing exceptionally well. But as strong as a side GC Busan Blue is, IDEPS has to get a win back, at least to get the score even, but also to bring the momentum back to their side.
Yeah, exactly. And you liking the Blade Dancer, I'm gonna have to bash you on that because they spin to win, and even they're all there spinning. They're just spinning and spinning, and let's see more spins in the second match with the Assassin versus the spinner, Blade Dancer.
So there we begin our second match of the semifinal winners match with Sang Kim on the Assassin with Yoon on the Blade Dancer. But right now, GC Busan Blue is up 1-0. Sang Kim on the Assassin this time around has to bring a win for their team.
Yep, and for those viewers that came in a little bit late, it is the semifinals, best out of 7, first to 6 points. So right now, GC Busan Blue is up 1 point, but it's not really a big deal. IDEPS could play comfortably, and he is taking damage. That's too comfortable.
Yeah, that's takes the full combo from Yoon on the double aerial onto the lightning draw, which was very significant of what Yuntae-sung wanted out of that play, but gets him into another aerial. Sao Kim has no answers for it because he has taken no damage onto Yuntae-sung so far.
Yeah.
But right now, onto the full combo!
Why isn't he stealthing out?
Sao Kim right now, he has his escape, but he loses.
What? Okay, I think there was a bug.
There should have been an error of some kind.
There was definitely an error because...
And it seemed like the producing team is trying to tell us with the lack of this change in music that something is wrong because there is no way that he could have not, saved his escape when he had the chance to use it.
So there was this moment when he was just getting sundered, right-clicked by the Blade Dancer.
It seems like he had a problem.
There was no, he used 2 CCs, and that is when you use your tab escape. But he didn't, and he just got sundered to death.
I mean,
that doesn't make sense.
We understand the first combo with the double aerial onto the lightning draw. That was a good play by Yuntae-sung all in all. But after that, we saw very little movement from Sao Kim, and that just... We have to talk about this because, Sao Kim also, you see in his face, he is very startled by all of this situation because I don't think he intended to make this kind of play. But we'll get you guys the message when we get the message ourselves.
Well, you're seeing our faces, which means there is something wrong. Because we never come back to us
so
in the middle of a match.
It's not a normal case for sure. But right now, Sao Kim, I know he wanted to get a win back for IDEPS, but this wasn't the way that he wanted to end the match. I'm sure there's a technical difficulty of some kind. I'm looking at the booths to see their faces, but really no message coming our way yet. But let's talk about the game itself. Just Blade Dancer versus Assassin. Of course we have lists to talk about because of the error, spinning things around. But Blade Dancer and Assassin, how does that matchup usually go? You think?
Well, it depends on the players.
Yeah, of course.
Just looking at the classes, the Blade Dancer definitely has so many initiating CCs or initiating moves
and aerials. Yes.
Yeah, but the Assassin, on the other hand, they could also counter that with many of their skills. And if the Assassin gets one CC to start off, compared to the many Blade Dancers initiates, the Assassin also has many aerials, webbing, a re-knockdown, a re-knock. So, it depends on how or who plays a better mind game.
Yeah.
But the Blade Dancer, most of the time, will do the initiating because other than body swapping, the Assassin, it's too risky. There's no solid initiate compared to a Blade Dancer.
Yes.
Yeah. So a Blade Dancer, they have so many. They have a Soaring Falcon. They can knock them down. They could. What was that? 5-point strike. They have many initiating moves. So most of the time, it probably will be the Blade Dancer initiating and the Assassin trying to counter or we'll see a lot of the mind games going on, and
And one of the things we see from Blade Dancer usually is once you get up into the area, you expect a double aerial and the lightning draw will be an inevitable skill to use. But we see that coming through for Yuntae-sung this time around. But of course, the error obviously it seems like that was the case, and it was definitely there because we usually would not expect Sao Kim as formidable as he is, and of course he does have his stage frights at times from the offline stage.
Yeah, he has.
But I don't think it was to that extent that he would not even move a budge and not even use any of his escape when he had the opportunity. So I think that was the situation. So
basically, the short match that we just saw, excluding the error. So the first knock-up with the initiate by Yuntae-sung into the area, the double area, and the lightning draw. That is, it's common to see. It's normal. And then when they got up, Yuntae-sung initiated again. That is also okay.
Sure.
And then after the Sunder, after the second initiate, after the first double knockup, the initiate and the Sunder combo, that is when Sang Kim would have or should have used the stealth, but he didn't. So until then, we didn't know there was a error. So we're like, okay, maybe he's
made a mistake.
Maybe he's planning a bigger picture than we're thinking. So we're like, okay, because he's not gonna die with the first Sunder combo. So I'm like, okay, let's just keep watching. And then after the Sunder combo, he gets up, and then he gets CC'd again, and then he gets sundered, and then he dies. So I'm like, okay, so this is the big picture. Of course, by then we knew there was something wrong because we were calling it out. We're like, why isn't he stealthing out? Yeah. So basically, the first aerial and then the first Sunder, up to there, it was okay.
Yes.
It is common to see if you land the CC first as a Blade Dancer. However, after that is when we're like, what the hell?
So right now we have to figure out what had happened. But right now, I think the referees behind Sang Kim is trying to figure out exactly what had happened. But
we're turning our faces that way because we see the booth over there.
You see us facing this, so we're just looking at the players right now to see what the situation is. But right now, I would think a rematch would be inevitable because we saw this happen in the actual quarterfinals when we had to see GFIM, I believe, against G-Touring in the last match when the Blade Master, I believe, One-Chip Lee, he had to face up, and there was an error of some kind, and that forced a rematch right after the commercial break. And, you know, I think commercial break or not, we most likely will have a rematch, but, you know, give another chance to Sang Kim. You know, I think he really wants to win because, you know, getting the win back also would even out the score at 1-1. But also, you know, bringing that momentum is huge because, you know, best of 7, we mentioned this earlier, it's such a long series where, you know, usually in best of 5, we usually say like one match after another matters so much because you know those 1 points and those 2 points in this attack and all of that matters so much in the final score. But you know when you have 6 points to have more flexibility with, that 1 point, the 1 point and 1 point itself is not the biggest thing, but it's all about the momentum, getting you a continuous amount of points as you move through the series.
Exactly. So as you just mentioned, you know, maybe 1 point, as I said, GC Busan Blue being up 1 is not a big deal.
Sure.
However, you don't want to give them the momentum.
Of course.
You don't want to keep making them go up with speed. You want to drag them down, you know, maybe catch up a little bit and make it even, make it more interesting for us and the viewers, for you guys. So, yeah, that is exactly what Sang Kim wants, definitely. And usually, so the only time, even though there is a bug or an error or a technical difficulty and we don't have a rematch, is when the player does not raise his hand right when that error happens. But the screen coming back to us means that the judges saw Sang Kim telling or, you know, making a reaction of, oh, there's an error. So that is when the judges say, okay, just finish this match and then we'll look into it. And then that's what happened right now. And we still didn't get word of the specific error or, you know, the problem that we're having. But I'm 99% sure that we will have the rematch. And since it is the semifinals and we only have 2 matches today, I'm pretty sure we're going to have it just like right after the problem is fixed without the commercial break. But this is just actually going to bring down GC Busan Blue's adrenaline as well.
With taking the first win.
They took the first win. And who knows, even without the error, Yuntaesun might have beaten Sang Kim with that adrenaline, with that momentum.
And he did hit the first combo.
So that could have been it. But now, us taking this couple-minute break might have just brought down GC Busan Blues adrenaline, who are right under us right now, and the heat is dying out.
And we can feel the heat dying out because it's getting a little bit chilly right here after. It was pretty warm after that first win by GC Busan Blue, but right now it's a little bit more chilly. But, you know, when we do have a little more time, I think I want to explain, you know, how the tournament will go for this last few days. But we don't have time for that because we will move on straight on with the rematch most likely, and we will see whether, you know, IDEPS can pick out a game win on the singles to get it even to 1-1. Let's see the rematch happen. Let's get it underway. So it seems like all the problems were fixed and a rematch was conciliated. And Sang Kim on the Assassin back again against Yuntaesun on the Blade Dancer. Yuntaesun has to somehow revive his momentum that he had in Game 1 and hopefully reflect that back into this match again.
All right, this time around it's different. Yuntaesun did make the first move, however, Sang Kim is actually landing the bigger first move right now with the bad breath. With the close shave into a continuous CC.
Oh my goodness, this is an extreme amount of damage that Yuntaesun did not expect out of this first minute of the match.
Yeah, he was definitely saving his second win, and that is, you know, normal to see. However, he definitely didn't think that he'll take this much damage.
He didn't expect that much damage for sure because Yuntaesun, he was thinking about whether to use the escape or not. He had the opportunity to do it, but I think the continuation damage did surprise him very much. But right now, Sang Kim, full health. All of his escapes available. Right now, Yuntaesun has to make something happen.
There we go. He pulls him in. But Sang Kim does have both escapes, and he just used the leave to get out. Decoy also procced. Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Giving him the free stealth.
He still has the stealth available. Yuntaesun is looking desperate because he has to make something of a miracle happen to get him back into the singles match. But
knockdown. Back roll chase with the Shadow Slash. No chase by Yuta-san.
Oh my goodness, the thing is, it is over with enough damage to finish him off. The pause for the win was the theme for IDEPS, and Sang Kim on the assassin impressing us. That looked like a different. That looked like a different Yuta-san right there. You know, Blade Dancer and Sang Kim. Perhaps that 3 minutes of pause got him angry enough. That rage building up on him. Got a clean win.
And Yuta-san, Sang Kim landed that lovely Shadow Slash back rope chase on Yuta-san, but right after that, when Yuta-san landed the CC and Sang Kim back roll, he tried to phantom grip him, but it didn't. He was out of range, so he couldn't chase it. So basically, Yuta-san did miss out on an opportunity.
And this first 30 seconds of the game was the most crucial moment of it, because he took that
back roll chase right there, and this one he missed. Yes, that is the replay. Oh, this time around, the replay is actually worth watching.
Catching the good stuff.
Yeah.
But right now, we saw that Yuta-san, you know, he was playing mind games whether to use the escape or not. He took a lot more damage than expected, and that really got him in a very bad spot, you know, heading into the mid-game, which he eventually couldn't stand for too long because of his lack of health and also lack of escapes.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunate, but, you know, to us, it's better. It's tied up now, 1-1. You know. So it makes it more interesting. As I just said, IDEPS is coming back, pulling him down, dragging GC Busan Blue, slowing them down. And now, to the third match, I guess we will be going into the tag, which is worth 2 points.
So 2 points for either team will be crucial because they will be ahead 2 points, and 3-1 will be the score for either side. But right now, you know, IDEPS getting that pause and getting a win on their foot, it's going to be very important to continue on that momentum to get them another 2 points, because now heading into the mid part of this series, best of 7s, 3-1 will be a good lead for either side going through it. And we all know that IDEPS and JC Busan Blue are very evenly matched. They are very strong teams for both sides. And getting a lead like this for 3-1 would be crucial for either side.
Yeah, definitely. And I wonder if GC Busan Blue would pause and just cut off their momentum, be like, oh, we have an error. That would be funny. If,
the pause meta.
Yeah, the pause meta. No, but yeah, usually you can't just pause, you know, without any errors. So yeah, that's unlikely to happen.
So whether the pause meta will come through, we have to see. But tag match will be underway between IDEPS and GC Busan Blue. Let's see who gets that 3-1 lead in the best of 7. Let's get this match underway. Here we go for the first tag match of the day between IDEPS and GC Busan Blue. We have Sang Kim on the Assassin on the left and Yoon Jae-jung on the Warlock this time around. First time seeing him today.
Yep, alright, Warlock throws that Tether Blade. Does not land. Okay, the second is put down.
Familiar does come out, but loses a little bit of health as soon as it comes out. But Yoon Jae-jung taking a little damage in exchange.
Alright, Sang Kim as an Assassin is good against the Warlock if he's able to dodge that, but...
Forces out an interfere from Jung Yoon, and also a reaction interfere coming in from GC Busan Blue as well.
Yep, the time distortion is used to get all of Yoon Jae-jung's stealth back. I mean, not stealth, what am I saying? Escape back. And Sang Kim, on the other hand, is out of all of his escapes right now. The leaf coming back in 5 seconds.
So he just used his stealth, and now Sang Kim will be out of that second win for the next 22 seconds or so. But right now, Yoon Jae-jung putting out good damage in the early parts of the game, and he has to continue on with this to force out a tag from Sang Kim before the timer runs out.
All right, there we go. The Familiar and the Warlock are together. So Sang Kim, if he gets any double CCs or gets a CC onto the Warlock, he might be able to do some damage, but he's gonna play it safe for another 2 seconds when his stealth comes back, and he is playing it aggressive now.
He's playing aggressive, and he does have his escapes back, but Sang Kim
he's chained.
He's in the chain, but right now we have to see what Yoon Jae-jung can do. Yoon Jae-jung looking very comfortable right now as he is putting out an immense amount of damage that Sang Kim doesn't have an answer to.
Oh, however, Sang Kim, he does body shot, but Sang Kim is able to stick to Yoon Jae-jung.
And an interfere coming in from both sides, trying to exchange as much damage as they can, and the blade as they're getting into the air is enough damage for Yoon Jae-jung. That is a considerable amount of damage into the force tag that will happen right now for both sides. But In the end, Yoon Jae-jung took more damage than Sang Kim despite all the early game advantages that GC BUSAN Blue had.
Yeah, well played by Sang Kim when Yoon Jae-jung body saw with his familiar far away. Sang Kim expected that and he stuck to him. He's chased him right after doing a lot of damage. And now Duggan Kang versus Daeyoung Choi. There we go. Daeyoung Choi in the aerial.
Coming in from both sides. And this will be the lightning draw onto the continuous
Sang Kim is knocked
damage.
out.
You saw Yoon Tae-sun on the Blade Dancer full combo after that lightning draw. He couldn't do anything about it. And Sang Kim is immediately out. And now IDEPS is two man available. But right now this is a crucial mistake. And also good play by Yoon Tae-sun as well.
No, it was a mistake by Sang Kim coming out in an interfere, dying within the 5 seconds. The short 5 seconds, or you can say long, but he died out with 2 tag points, with 2 interfere points.
Goodness.
That is unbelievable because Jung Ho-yoon is already out of all of his escapes.
Yoon Tae-sun doing work on IDEPS right now because he just forced the Jung Ho-yoon to come in on the Force Master, but right now Yoon Tae-sun doing the considerable amount of damage to get the kill and also doing enough damage to force out the tag.
Oh, it is not looking good for IDEPS because Jung Ho-yoon is already out of all of his interfere points, and he still has 4 minutes until they get 1 interfere point back. So he wants to stay on the field as long as possible.
But that is actually good enough damage on the bombard from Daeyoung Choi on the assassin who did come in for Yoon Tae-sun, but right now this is looking very bad for IDEPS because Jung Ho-yoon right now, he has no interfere to rely on. But Jung Ho-yoon has to somehow survive for the next minute unless they're going to be 2-man behind in this tag match right now.
Well, he does have a tag point, but he doesn't want to tag out because he can't interfere in to help his teammate. That is why, but he still has to tag out.
Oh my goodness, and he does use tag, but it was a bad tag because the chase did happen with the Duggan Kang on the area, taking a lot of damage from Daeyoung Choi. This is going to be it unless he can tag out somehow, but enough damage will... Oh, he barely survives Duggan Kang, and he does tag out in time before he does die, and Jung Ho-yoon is back on the Force Master in a very short time.
Yep, he does. Duggan Kang does use his second with the
goodness!
tag. Oh my god, that is just...
What is going on with IDEPS? Either
Yeah.
GC BUSAN Blue is playing amazing, but IDEPS right now being 2-man down, literally, this is the end of the game. They cannot work around this to go 1v3. This is essentially over for IDEPS, and it is over.
With the ult.
GC BUSAN Blue.
Yeah,
How do you rate this game? Was the GC BUSAN Blue
there is no
impressive?
rating. There's no need for rating teams here. There's just rating for Sang Kim going back to last year's Sang Kim when he just makes mistakes after mistakes. Even though he won his singles, in the tag he just went back. He just traveled in time back to 2016 when he was afraid of the live stage, where he constantly made mistakes because he was nervous. And right now, during that interfere coming in, he should have thought it's gonna end up being a 1v1 and a 1v1, and if you're gonna die out during the early interfere when it was like 2 minutes into the match, you know, that is not something you do as a pro BNS player.
Yeah, and you know, he had all the tag points and all the interfere points available once he died right here. Yoon Tae-sun getting the full combo from the lightning draw into the continuous damage that initially knocked him out, but as you say, Sang Kim, the former Sang Kim of 2016 when he was the online god and was the only online god that didn't perform well on the offline stage. You know him better than I do because you have experienced him before, but as you say, he is back on that offline stage right, Sang Kim, because right now IDEPS is down 3-1, but I think more important than the scoreline right now, GC BUSAN Blue is really showing their momentum, showing their strength, and I think that amount of pressure that they are putting upon IDEPS is going to be actually more huge than the actual scoreline itself.
Yeah. That, or I was just thinking as you were talking, it just came to my mind. Yeah. Maybe GC BUSAN Blue is also angry because, you know, even though it was a technical difficulty, the game stopped, but, you know, they did get the better start. Yoon Tae-sun did get the better start in the beginning of the second match before the error happened, but when the rematch happened, they just got owned. Sang Kim owned Yoon Tae-sun, and maybe they're like, alright, we're gonna play seriously.
And Yoon Tae-sun got robbed, right? That's kind of what happened. Yoon Tae-sun actually doing the most significant part of that tag, winning out the team tag match against GC BUSAN Blue. But right now, GC BUSAN Blue bring it back Yoon Jae-jung on the Warlock for the first time for the singles, and Jung Won-yoon on the Force Master, which is known to be the strong class right now in this meta. And Force Master has done work in previous matches before in this tournament, Season 2. And whether Jung Won-yoon can do it again on this Force Master, we have to see, because IDEPS is desperately looking for another point back.
Regardless of Force Master being good or bad, or being buffed or nerfed, if
Jung
Won-yoon is playing the Force Master, it's just gonna be good every time.
But
it doesn't matter. Yes. It doesn't matter about the nerf. But now it all matters on Yoon Jae-jung right now. Yoon Jae-jung
yes.
On the Warlock, because his main is the Summoner, but he's on the Warlock right now. So let's see if he prepared, his Warlock for Jung Won-yoon's Force Master in this 4th match. Let's get into it.
And as you mentioned, Yoon Jae-jung does like to bring out the Summoner because that is what he considers his main.
Yep.
But right now, we talked about many players considering Force Master as the strength class right now, and the only class that has a decent chance against it is the Warlock, as many players do say.
Yeah.
So that's probably why Yoon Jae-jung did bring it up, but the next singles is going to be another 1-point match for IDEPS and GC Busan Blue, and IDEPS really needs a win right here.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why Warlock is so strong just in general, and considered, quote unquote, it could be an opinion, but it's strong considered against the Force Master, is because the Warlock, most of their damage is done with the double aerials.
Right.
So if you're aerialed, even a Force Master can't freeze himself. So that is one of the reasons why they're so strong, and they're just trading damage after damage. Not too much damage though.
As aggressive as their movements are, no significant damage coming from both sides. No even escapes are forced out on both sides. But right now, as you mentioned, the aerial will be crucial for Yoon Jae-jung, because even if as a Force Master, no escape can get you out of the aerial, because that's why Yoon Jae-jung has to get him in the aerial to put out significant damage that he needs to win out this one.
Okay, Yoon Jae-jung is forced to back out
the
right
meteor.
now. Oh my god, Yoon Jae-jung is not looking good. He's out of all of his escapes. Even though he has his familiarity, he doesn't have his body swap. And he's aerial.
Oh, this is looking bad for Yoon Jae-jung, because he's still in the area. He can't do anything about it. And Jung Won-yoon doing a good part of this first early match, because right now he has all of his escape, whereas Yoon Jae-jung is out of his escapes, at least for the next 5 seconds. But Jung Won-yoon trying to do some work right here on Yoon Jae-jung right now.
Unfortunately, being a Force Master, he wasn't able to do, one of those 100-0 combo.
Sure.
But he is throwing fire at him, and, Yoon Jae-jung is just looking bad overall.
And Yoon Jae-jung doesn't seem to have an answer for all of the damage that Jung Won-yoon is putting out. But actually, Yoon Jae-jung actually forces out an escape from Jung Won-yoon. So right now, this is a little bit of favor going towards Yoon Jae-jung, because he does have all of his escapes, most of his escapes available, the crucial ones. So right now, with the last 57 seconds remaining in the match, I think neither player is going to look for the TKO. They just really want the kill right here.
Yep, they are just looking for that one chance to do that burst damage. And okay, the Warlock is making his move. Jung Won-yoon is out of his game, so he might take some damage. I don't know why Yoon Jae-jung is playing it so passively.
Jung Won-yoon does get his escape back right now, and this is the last 30 seconds.
No.
I think Force Master and Warlock wasn't picked to go to the TKO. I think both players really want the kill, but on the Yoon Jae-jung side, it's so hard to do that when you're out of his escape. But he does get it back.
Yes. The 22 seconds that he has left, Yoon Jae-jung, you have to get some damage in.
This is his opportunity, because Yoon Jae-jung, with the 28 seconds out on his
there
second
we go!
win, this is going to be enough damage to finish out Jung Won-yoon. 10 seconds is not enough to... Oh, that is slimmest of health available for Jung Won-yoon, but it might not be enough. Will it go to TKO? It's not going to go to TKO. The damage chart won't come up on our screen, because Yoon Jae-jung on the Warlock gets enough CC and aerial to get enough damage to finish out IDEPS once again, to get them ahead 4-1 for GC Busan Blue.
It's been so long since we've seen, or I've seen, or we've seen Jung Won-yoon lose a 1v1. It's true. It's been so long. I don't know, I don't know if I should be happy or not happy, because I'm not taking sides, but I guess I'm happy to see Jung Won-yoon lose for the first time in a very long time.
And perhaps you should be happy, because Yoon Jae-jung did such an accomplishment that many people could not have done, especially in this season particularly, because Force Master were seen to be stronger than ever with the current changes that it had. And Jung Won-yoon, not the one to lose out on singles, does lose out in the very last few seconds, similar to yesterday's story.
Yeah, this is actually very similar to yesterday's story. Just doing burst damage at the last couple seconds, and Yoon Jae-jung is very happy.
Yeah,
because
he should be.
I'm pretty sure he had the mindset of thinking, you know, this match is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Because it's Jung Yoon. But he was able to take the victory at the last second because they both had a lot of health, like when there was like 20 seconds left. But Yoon Jae-jung as a Warlock, that is Warlock for you guys.
Yeah.
The burst damage from a Warlock is just OP right now, even with the slight nerf that the Warlock's got.
Yes, yes.
But, you know, right now, it just proved to us, oh, okay, so Jung Yoon is coming out to redeem himself. But Yoon Jae-jung is like, oh, no, I got the win. I'm going to sit down Yoon Tae-sun.
Yeah,
why is Yoon Tae-sun on the Assassin?
Wait, Yoon Tae-sun is on the Assassin.
Wow.
That is, on our paper, Yoon Tae-sun on the Assassin is his 5th priority class.
Yeah.
So Yoon Tae-sun, not the one to play Assassin. Whether it was an image error, most likely not. We really rely on our production to do a good job. So it was most likely not an error from the image. So we are expecting Yoon Tae-sun. I was actually very confused for a second. I thought that was Daeyeon Choi for a second, but it is indeed Yoon Tae-sun on the Assassin. And we'll see what kind of changes this makes, because IDEPS will be looking for this opportunity to get at least a point back and get back into the series.
Yeah, and yesterday Yoon Tae-sun actually played the Blade Master as well, and after that, what he said in the interview was that he wanted to show us that he can play the many classes that he put down on paper, and let's go get into the 5th set on Yoon Tae-sun on the Assassin and Jung Yoon on the Force Master.
So here we go for the 5th set of the semifinals winners match between IDEPS and GC Busan Blue. We have Jung Yoon on the Force Master looking to redeem himself and get a point back for IDEPS, whereas Yoon Tae-sun on the Assassin, it is confirmed to the Assassin. He's just trying to literally just show that he has variety.
Yep, definitely, because many of the players, not only this team or the other team, like all of the teams, they put down many classes, but they usually end up playing just one. But Yoon Tae-sun this time around is showing, starting yesterday, many different classes, and let's see how well he will play right now.
And he did win out on the Blade Master last week that he did play it out, and he did it with much success. And whether he can prove himself as a player with many variety on this Assassin, we have to see, but he's actually getting good damage onto Jung Yoon, forcing all of his escapes out. Now, Jung Yoon, for the next 10 seconds, will not have all of his escapes, excluding the back row, but right now that's not going to matter because Yoon Tae-sun is putting a continuous amount of damage onto Jung Yoon.
All right, but I have to say Yoon Tae-sun is definitely less experienced in the Assassin by just looking at him the way he puts it in his combo right now.
But right now, all that really doesn't seem to matter because he's getting enough damage to pressure out Jung Yoon right now because Jung Yoon is not feeling comfortable on this matchup right now.
Yeah, maybe Yoon Tae-sun thought Jung Yoon had one of his escapes back. That's why he was playing it passive.
Yeah.
But the Ice Mine does land on Jung Yoon, freezing him. And is he going to be, well, he is going to be able to continue. Oh, but he uses his second win, Jung Yoon, buying the time, unable to connect Yoon Tae-sun.
And it's really just impressive how Yoon Tae-sun can just have a little more flexibility and really just put out as much damage with any class that he decides to play. And this time it is the Assassin. He's doing a fine job with it with the Poison Breath coming out. Jung Yoon right now, he has no answer to all the damage that Yoon Tae-sun is putting out on him.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Jung Yoon is a little bit tilted because usually Jung Yoon's Force Master is the Assassin killer.
Oh yeah, we saw that yesterday, but right now this doesn't look like the case. And Yoon Tae-sun,
the second win knockback happens, forcing him to use his leave.
Oh, and Yoon Tae-sun still with all of his escapes is most formidably going to win out this one unless something crazy happens, and it might be the start of that because Jung Yoon on the Meteor gets a little bit of that damage on that, but it's actually more damage.
Him out of stealth right now.
Oh, that was very impressive by Jung Yoon. He needs a little bit more of that because right now without any of his escape,
Jung Yoon wins.
It's actually without his escape right now.
Coming
in the aerial,
double knock up,
without a up.
Yep, and the Inferno.
But but it's enough damage. Jung Yoon, look how relieved he is right now. You know, we want to
He is the Assassin killer. So I definitely expected Jung Yoon to win regardless of how much damage
But you know, we got to consider this. As Assassin killer that we all know he is, considering how well Yuntae-sun played on the Assassin against the Assassin killer Jung Woo-yoon on the Force Master. You know, I really want to give props out to this guy because we know that how hard he works and how hard he really tries to prove himself as a player. That, you know, he can win out on the singles and show a lot of entertainment to the viewers out there.
Yeah, but, you know, to be honest, I'm going to say because Jung Woo-yoon might have seemed to have a little bit of a hard time because Yuntae-sun's Assassin plays aren't mostly like the formidable or the Assassin main. So it's different.
Yeah, it's conventional.
The way, so basically what I'm saying is, I'm putting it nicely, saying that, you know, he's playing the Assassin a different way, unqualified way. So Jung Woo-yoon is confused. He's like, why is this happening now?
Yeah.
It should have happened later. So that's why he took some damage. That, you know, like you could call it a beginner's luck, but I'm not saying Yuntae-sun's a beginner.
Of course, yeah.
But he played it differently compared to, you know, Jin-Yu Park or Dae-young Choi or any of the formidable assassins, Hyung-kyu Kim. That's why maybe Jung Woo-yoon was like, he was a little confused, and then he got used to it, and he was able to finish him off at the end game. And, you know, well played on Yuntae-sun's side as well. I'm not taking away any credit away from him. But, yes, Yuntae-sun did have a close game, but Jung Woo-yoon remains the assassin killer.
So Yuntae-sun's assassin was very unconventional in how he played out the specific class, and that might have caught, you know, Jung Woo-yoon off guard in the early game, but in the end, that crucial CC onto the area was all he needed to put out enough damage to knock him out in the end. But right now, we're going to move on to the second tag match of this series with 2-4 in favor of GC Busan Blue.
You repeated in the end twice. Do you like Linkin Park?
No, I mean, no, but GC Busan Blue right now, they're up at 4-2. If they win this tag match, they will be the first seed going into the final, and that will be a good spot for these guys. But IDEPS, as well as they play throughout this tournament, they're not going to settle for a 6-2 loss against GC Busan Blue. And GC Busan Blue, although impressing, IDEPS is going to be looking to win out this tag match and bring this game back to even at 4-4. Let's see where IDEPS can do it in this next tag match. Welcome back to the second tag match of the series between IDEPS and GC Busan Blue. We're going to be starting off with the Assassin mirror match with Sang Kim and Dae-young Choi on both sides, trying to pick out a crucial win. It will be a crucial win for both sides.
We'll see Dae-young Choi making the initiate.
Dae-young Choi going in very aggressively in the beginning, so does Sang Kim, but right now...
The ice might land.
Oh, actually, escape forced out of Sang Kim, so Dae-young Choi will be at an advantage going forward right now. But Dae-young Choi...
all of his escapes on Sang Kim's part.
Yes. So Dae-young Choi, with the escape advantage that he has to make a use of this advantage for the next 20 seconds. But right now, Dae-young Choi is seemingly trying to take it passive for now. Sang Kim not giving him any distance to work with.
He shouldn't. He should force Sang Kim to the wall, to the corner, because he should know that both of his escapes are out, Sang Kim. So he should at least just push him back a little bit, shove him back to the wall a little bit, making Sang Kim nervous. But now he gets all of his escapes back, and Dae-young Choi, looking at the health bar, unfortunately took more damage.
Yeah, he did, and Sang Kim does a great job of accomplishing that cooldown on his escapes, and now he does get all of it back. But Dae-young Choi putting out some damage, forcing out an interfere from Dougie Kang on the KFM. Oh, but actually gets a little bit of damage onto Dae-young Choi, but actually forces out an escape onto Dae-young Choi as well. So Sang Kim, this is going to be his opportunity, but does go up in the area by Dae-young Choi. But right now, he's going to be going forward with this continuation damage, but Sang Kim taking a lot of damage, still has his escape available in 13 seconds. Both players will be force tagged out, but Dae-young Choi, I think he should have made that play once he had that cooldown on the escapes from Sang Kim.
The ice mine doesn't land. Sang Kim uses leaf, and they're both force tagged out. They have distance, so nobody will get chased, so nobody will try.
Dougie Kang on the KFM coming in for IDEPS, whereas Yuntae on the Warlock, who has successfully played out this series very nicely, is going to be out of the Warlock once again.
Alright, Dougie Kang playing very aggressive, going for that Warlock, it doesn't seem like he's doing too much damage, but that will add up, don't worry about that.
aggressiveness is what Duggan Kang is trying to show to Yoon Jae-jung right now. Is actually Yoon Jae-jung just taking damage without returning any damage, but does force out the escape on Duggan Kang. So Duggan Kang is an escape behind, and Yoon Jae-jung on the Warlock is going to be looking to do damage right here.
The defensive interfere comes in, so Yoon Jae-jung is unable to do that double knockup, which is, you know, the primary damage for the Warlock. And Duggan Kang gets his tab escape back, and there we go!
And that's going to be enough to force out an escape, and also force that on tag. Going into Daeyeon Choi on the Assassin back again. But right
the Rising Giant connects, forcing Daeyeon Choi to use his leaf to escape.
But he does still have his stealth available, so Duggan Kang is going to be looking for this opportunity to get him into the aerial. Daeyeon Choi can't do anything about the aerial play, but does force him to get on the stealth, and now he is out of all of his escapes.
Yes, he is forced to use the stealth because of that back row chase connecting by Duggan Kang. So if that didn't connect, he didn't have to use his tab escape or stealth, as you call it. But the tech chase connecting and the triple kick.
Wow. And forcing out an interfere from both sides. Duggan Kang doing very consistent in saving escape, but at the same time putting out consistent damage to pressure out GC Busan Blue's interfere and also tag points as well.
Yeah, Duggan Kang is the one player that forced GC Busan Blue to use 2 tag points.
My goodness, and Duggan Kang will be force tagged out, but for formidable amount of play that he has shown for the side of IDEPS. Now their team is a little bit much ahead, especially in the tag points and the interfere points.
Yes, definitely what you just said, a little bit much ahead. Because Duggan Kang was able to force GC Busan Blue to use 2 tag points. That's crucial because you don't get tag points back.
And those 2 tag points is all you get for the entire match, regardless of how the time remaining. Yeah. But right now, Yoon Jae-jung back on the Warlock, he has to show something different because the last time he showed up around against the KFM Duggan Kang, he didn't impress, but he needs a better play to get GC Busan Blue the advantage they want.
Jung Ho-yoon forces him back, pulls him in and pulls him out with the Phantom Grip.
Interfere from Yoon Tae-sun, not doing much other than getting the escape out of Jung Ho-yoon. So Force Master Jung Ho-yoon doing a pretty good job of staying in this match without taking considerable amount of damage, actually taking down the Meteor onto the interfere.
Ooh. The Familiar actually died out just now, taking so much damage from Jung Ho-yoon.
And Yoon Jae-jung on the Warlock right now took a little bit of damage, does have his escape available.
Ooh, that was actually the ult procced by the Assassin, but you know, it didn't connect.
Yeah, so Jung Ho-yoon takes a little bit of damage and gets into the aerial, forces out to interfere from, actually good damage onto GC Busan Blue, Yoon Tae-sun. He just tagged in, but had to take so much damage from Jung Ho-yoon's Force Master. And right now, I think he's going to be looking to fight. Hopefully he wanted a better tag in than that, because he took a lot more damage than he wanted.
Well, he didn't only take the damage from Jung Ho-yoon. The Sang-ho Kim came in, did the Lightning Rend. It was a 2v1, and the defensive interfere on GC Busan's side was very late, allowing them to do so much damage.
And Jung Ho-yoon forcing a free tag.
That ult doing some damage. It didn't miss completely this time around.
So it got a bit parts of it, but Daeyeon Choi now crucially out of health for what he has to be careful of, because not only him, but Yoon Tae-sun and Yoon Jae-jung on the side of GC Busan Blue, they're very crucially low on health. So they have to play this out very carefully, although he does have all of his escapes right now.
Daeyeon Choi is holding a sword, but Sang-ho Kim is holding a fish. And I'm sure the fish hurts more than a sword.
We've beaten fish before, and they can be painful sometimes, and this is what they're feeling from GC Busan Blue. Daeyeon Choi has to get something going for this team right now, because IDEPS is completely ahead in every department going forward right now.
Definitely. And Duggan Kang, the tag waster, or making the other team use tag, but he's taking so much damage.
This is exactly what he needs to get that damage onto Duggan Kang. Duggan Kang does have his escape available.
The KFM used the ult, and he probably got like 1 punch in, but he was, you know, CC, so he had to tag out right after that when the CC ran out.
So right now, Daeyeon Choi has most of his escapes back, so he can use that to his advantage. But Jung Ho-yoon has been playing very consistently in this tag match, particularly. Whether he can continue that, he'll need to do that, because he gets onto the webbing, forces out the interfere come from GC Busan Blue. But right now, that's actually damage. It might have killed out Daeyeon Choi if he didn't tag out early enough, but does tag out in time onto Yoon Tae-sun. Does get him into the aerial onto Jung Ho-yoon. Second aerial, will likely most expect the lightning draw. Gets some part of it.
Ooh, but he frees himself.
Yeah.
This is what the Force Master does. Annoy your opponent by freezing yourself whenever you want to continue. And there's the ult.
What a waste of an ult!
Totally missed. Doggy can't coming in.
Coming in for an irreactionary interfere from both sides right now because Yunteson on the Blazer, after missing that ult, he needs a little more damage. He does force out the tag onto Sound Kim, now available for IDEPS. But wow, what a waste of an ult there.
Yeah, it was a waste, but you know, it's if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit.
Does have pull down.
Yeah. But here we go now. The 3-minute mark has passed 40 seconds ago. So right now, Junjae already used the interfere point that he got at the 3-minute point, as well as Doggy K.
Interfere coming in from both sides right now. Does freeze up Sound Kim, but right now Yuntae-san looking very good for what he is trying to do. And now Doggy K is back out on the KFM.
Alright, there we go. He is playing aggressive.
Well, now Yuntae-san is out of all of his escape. It's going to be forced to tag out onto Dan Choi. Dan Choi did a good job for the first part, but it stealthed it out. So right now he has all of his escapes gone, and he did spec into something else. Seems like he only has 2 escapes.
There we go, the blue flower.
So that's something we usually don't see in tag matches, but he does decide to go with that.
Well, we usually only see it in tag matches. In singles, you never put that because you need that double escape. But during the tag, you could put it into...
Oh, the interfere actually taking good damage on Dan Choi. Forced out the tag onto Jung Won-yoon, but right now on the lightning draw, Yuntae-san gets very little from that. But Daeon Choi, on the slimmest of health, he has to think about what he can do with this because he is out of his tag points right now, so he can't tag out until the 1-minute mark is over, until he can get the force tag out. But the interfere will be available for everyone in the next 10 seconds.
Yep, and Jung Won-yoon actually having a tag point is more comfortable because he could tag out if he's in a critical position. But it doesn't seem like it right now.
Jung Won-yoon forced to use his escape. No, he used his escape. That's why he tags out onto Sound Kim.
No, not that. He just ulti but tagged out and the ulti didn't proc.
Oh, he tagged out too early. He tagged out too early for the ult to not proc. But Daeon Choi is back out on the assassin. He does have all of his escapes. Still only has that 2 escapes, so he's procced into the same thing. So right now, Daeon Choi, last 35 seconds. Damage chart will actually be very hard to predict, although, you know, we saw IDEPS making a significant amount of damage onto GC Busan Blue as a whole. But GC Busan Blue has to make the best out of this last 25 seconds to put out as much damage as they can, because it doesn't seem like it's gonna be, it's not gonna be a knockout for either team.
All right, this is gonna be the crucial moment when the force tag happens.
Oh,
but even before the force tag, he's taking so much damage and knocked out.
Daeon Choi is knocked out of the match, and right now going into the most likely going into the damage chart in the next 5 seconds. That play itself is going to be very crucial towards IDEPS.
All right, there we go. The body's up. More damage before it goes down to the TKO.
It seems like IDEPS will win out this one, because I think it's just too much damage. Although they, you know, won out in damage in the early game also, but they crucial damage near the end. It's going to be way ahead going in towards IDEPS. So IDEPS needed that win, and they do get it in the second tag match of the series. Now the series is back, so now they have all the marbles to fight for.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if IDEPS did win this, it would have been done, and you know, IDEPS would have taken that one of the 2 seeds for the grand finals. But you know, GC Busan Blue, the previous first place winners from Season 1, ain't gonna let the, IDEPS won. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So I take it back. IDEPS is not gonna let the previous winner, you know, get another comfortable seed up there, pulling them down more and more, taking back the lead.
But you do have a point, you know, with the little error that you made, you do have a point, because GC Busan Blue, you know, although they are the champions of Season 1, they have improved, and we really see that from all the matches that they're playing. But IDEPS, they're not going to let down very easily. And throughout this tag match, even starting from the early game, it's crucially near the end of the game as well, they put out enough damage to convince us that they are not behind GC Busan Blue one bit.
Definitely not. Oh gosh, but overall play right now, it was very pretty, I have to say, like with all the ults. And I would have loved to see Jung Won-yoon's ice floor ult.
Yeah, but we saw that
he tagged out too early.
But you know, other than that play right here where Daeon Choi does die out, we saw that, although, you know, we saw GC Busan Blue being behind in health points most of the time, I think both teams right now, they played out the tag tournament really nicely, and you know, it could have made all the changes near the end.
Yeah, and going down to a TKO, it just shows how evenly matched maybe I want to say
Yeah,
that
it's true.
Yeah, it's very evenly matched. It's not because they played bad. They both played very well. You know, calculating their tag and interfere points. Even though GC Busan Blue used it up a little faster than compared to IDEPS, but you know, going down to a TKO is just very well played by both teams.
And of course, we see those crucial mistakes that can happen more familiarly in the tag matches because of all the players and the interferers involved. We can see more of those mistakes than the singles. But in the tag match we just saw, there wasn't any significant mistakes coming from both sides. So we have to congratulate them, you know, for playing very well, giving us a very good match to cast as well. But we're gonna go to the last match, set 7. No, GC Busan Blue, no matter how ahead they were, it doesn't matter because this last match will decide it all. And set 7 will be the decider match, getting to confirm the first seed of Season 2 blade&soul Korea. Let's see whether IDEPS or GC Busan Blue will take that first seed. Let's get on with the last match. And as ahead as they were, GC Busan Blue and IDEPS are now even at 4-4, and it is all for the marbles, and everything is on the line because that first seed compared to the second and third seed, it is an immense amount of difference.
All right, the assassin Sang Kim is sticking next to Yoon Jae-jung, making him nervous, forcing that defensive interfere on GC Busan Blue already.
So Yoon Jae-jung still taking damage regardless of the defensive interfere that came through. But he does save his escape, hopefully to use that later in a more crucial moment.
Yeah, it became a reactionary 2-on-2 eventually, but you know, look at this. Look at the health bar. Sang Kim took no damage. Yoon Jae-jung took so much damage. It's not a good trade.
So Sang Kim looking very comfortable, but Yoon Jae-jung, of course, looking for the opportunity as a Warlock does. But another interfere coming in from both sides, trying to make something of it, but no significant damage coming out on both sides. But escape is forced out on Sang Kim, so that's going to be an advantage going towards Yoon Jae-jung.
Yeah, as of now, the tag and interfere points are even. However, the health bar is definitely not even right now.
Yeah, it's definitely not true. And Sang Kim on the assassin will be looking to do some work, but
please tell me they're not going to wall hug for the next 10 seconds until they get their
30 seconds is what they have available before they are forced tagged down, and what the players have on their minds is something that we'll never know. But considering the situation right here, they both have their escapes back, so it is formidable that they will go aggressively towards both sides. Yoon Jae-jung, he needs that one chance as a Warlock, just that one crucial CC that will get him the formidable dynamic damage that a Warlock can put out.
Alright, the Warlock actually does put out some damage.
This might be it, and
the defensive interfere does come in, but he is unable to stop. He did take all the damage from that double knockup.
So in the end, Yoon Jae-jung trading out some damage before they are both force tagged out. No damage coming in from the chase from both sides, but does get him into the area onto Duggan Kang, and Daeyeon Choi is going to be looking to do some damage on the Poison Breath, forces out the interfere, and the Bombard does get significant damage on him, and Duggan Kang is significantly behind as soon as he comes in.
Daeyeon Choi, usually he would have waited a little bit after the webbing, but you know, this is a tag and the defensive interfere comes in. So before that came in, he just went all out and does as much damage as he can on Duggan Kang and more damage.
He has no escape. He uses a second wind, but doesn't matter. He goes in aggressively and forces out Sang Kim to be tagged in for IDEPS. And what a play by Daeyeon Choi.
Yeah, Daeyeon Choi is definitely showing us that he is better in the assassin compared to the Soul Fighter last year. But I feel so much better for Daeyeon Choi going back on his main as an assassin, showing us that he is a formidable.
And those bombards are connecting every time he uses it. And Daeyeon Choi using good plays that he has available. Now he has all of his escapes, so he can be even more free to put out more damage.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see the bombard more frequently used now, because last year, Youngwon Chae was the only one who used it. This time around, everybody's using it, and it's doing a lot of damage.
Daeyeon Choi forcing out another tag, and as last match as it is crucial as they can, as much tag points as they can save, but Daeyeon Choi literally hard carrying GC Busan Blue because he's going to be force tagged. Another bombard connecting, but Daeyeon Choi will be force tagged out in 5 seconds. But the best use of his time that he had available and the free tag that he will be having going to his teammate, which will be now. And Yuntaesan does come out of the blade. There's no chase coming in from
the chase did happen, forcing Yuntaesan to use his tap escape right away. So good play on Jung Ho-yoon right now. And Jung Ho-yoon does have the advantage of the tab escape. So soon or later, Jung Ho-yoon is definitely going to make his move first on Yuntaesan.
And if you see on both sides right now, you can see that GC BUSAN Blue have all of their tag points available with the interfere coming in from both sides, trying to do some damage onto Jung Ho-yoon. Gets a little bit, but not too much. Does force out the escape on Jung Ho-yoon. So with the 45 seconds that he has, Yuntaesan will be using that 23. Oh, but he's force tagged out onto Duggan Kang. So Duggan Kang is back on the KFM. Not much health to work with, but he has to do some work because, you know, right now GC BUSAN Blue with the attack point advantage available, they're so much ahead, and IDEPS has to do something to get them back.
Yep, there we go. Duggan Kang playing it aggressive, going very close to him, but he gets in the aerial.
Defensive interfere has to be forced out of IDEPS because right now Yuntaesan, if he got that full combo, but he actually forces out of Daeyeon Choi. Tagged in on the assassin. Daeyeon Choi did a significant, and he does get a little bit of damage off the bombard once again, forcing another tag onto Jung Ho-yoon. Daeyeon Choi, the ult missed out from Jung Ho-yoon, but Daeyeon Choi doing significant amount of work for GC BUSAN. They're gonna thank him later for this.
Yeah, but it was crucial that he came out. Oh my gosh, that was close. Yoon Jae-jung almost ultied him. But of course, Warlock ultis never connect.
They never seem to connect, so one of the hardest ults to connect.
Yeah.
But right now, Daeyeon Choi on the stealth, he does come out of it, where Sang Kim is taking the damage from Daeyeon Choi. Wow, Daeyeon Choi doing everything right for GC BUSAN Blue right now. You see, on the two other teammates that GC BUSAN Blue have, they are on full health with 2 and 1 tag points respectively. GC BUSAN Blue is going to be happy with the advantage that they have, because right now, if it keeps going like this, GC BUSAN Blue will be the first seed.
Alright, Sang Kim does get that body swap into the aerial, forcing another interfere point on GC BUSAN Blue. So they're both playing very well right now, but GC BUSAN Blue has so many more tag points compared to IDEPS right now. So as time goes on, when IDEPS runs out of tag points, it's gonna be very, very crucial.
Wonder what that interfere was all about. Got nothing out of that 5 seconds that he did come for the interfere, but Daeyeon Choi does go on the stun, forcing him to use the escape. But Daeyeon Choi, he's going to be force tagged out because right now Yoon Jae-jung on the Warlock is actually chased into the air, and Sang Kim is going to have to use his advantage that he has to put out some damage to get his team a little bit back on track. But Yoon Jae-jung not taking too much damage, only used to force out the escape.
It was very good play on Daeyeon Choi because he had 3 seconds left for the force tag, but he didn't want to get chased.
Right.
So he used his tag point to tag out instead. And Yoon Jae-jung is actually doing some damage right now.
But we saw that Daeyeon Choi didn't have his escape available. So with the 3 seconds that he had, he could have saved it up, but he didn't want to take the risk of being a man down by taking out the full combo. But good job from Daeyeon Choi, who does come back out on the assassin. This guy, you know, he's been doing everything right for this particular tag match, and this is going to be proved to be worthy for the side of GC BUSAN Blue right now.
Yeah, Sang Kim is going to be force tagged out, and Daeyeon Choi doesn't seem like he wants to chase that force tag. Usually you'll just get close slowly, you know, making the opponent uneasy, but it's not going to happen. And the 3-minute mark passes, everybody gets 1 interfere point back.
Oh, actually uses Daeyeon Choi, tries to go aggressive whenever he sees the opportunity, and he does force out the escape once again from Duggan Kang, who will be out on escape. The second win will be out for another 20 seconds or so, and Daeyeon Choi, he's just looking for his opportunity because right now the interfere comes in, tries to get something going, but a reactionary interfere coming in from GC BUSAN Blue as well.
They definitely want to trade some interfere points.
Actually get more damage on Duggan Kang. So Yuntaesan does tag back in. They're using these tag points, tries to get an advantage onto both sides, but right now, with the tag advantage that they have on the GC BUSAN Blue side, Yuntaesan is going to be trying to knock out Duggan Kang. If he can get an aerial up in the air, that's going to be all he needs to get enough damage onto Duggan Kang. But actually, KFM forcing out the interfere, coming in from the assassin Daeyeon Choi, does come out, but actually gets good damage on the Duggan Kang, who does heal back for some of it, but Yuntaesan taking damage in exchange.
Oh, he
that
gets
is enough
out.
damage to take out Yuntaesan in an instant. And Daeyeon Choi is back out on the assassin right now for GC BUSAN Blue. Now, GC BUSAN Blue is 1 man behind.
Yuntaesan having that one tag point. I know he was out there. He was saying, you know, we have more tag points than you. We can tag out when we're in danger. Whereas IDEPS, they have to wait for the force tag and try to stay alive. But, you know, it backfired and Yuntae-sun was just finished off.
Oh, but this might be the counter to the death of Yuntae-sun because right now...
Not Yuntae-sun, Dougie Kang, and he does have his escape, so it won't matter too much. And Dougie Kang does have 2 interfere points, but he is unable to tag in, interfere in, because he's going to die if he comes in for that interfere.
So thankfully, the timer on that force tag was just enough to get Dougie Kang out of the match before he died. So Sound Kim right now back out on the assassin, and Daeun Choi, he's gonna have to make some plays right now. We saw that, you know, being uneasy and being too comfortable is not the way to play this game. Because right now, interfere coming in from both sides, reactionary. Will this be enough? But right now, Daeun Choi taking some damage, but not enough as they would want. But Sound Kim taking some damage in exchange. Oh, actually forced out the tag on Dougie Kang. Always on the slimmest of hell, but it gets him into the aerial. Hopefully, we can get something out of this. Taking continuous amount of damage, but Daeun Choi needs just one crucial play to knock out Dougie Kang right here. Actually, Daeun Choi taking more damage than he wants.
Dougie Kang taking some damage, so little health, and he gets knocked out.
Into Dougie Kang. Dougie Kang eventually does get knocked out. I wonder if that tag was a good idea.
Oh my gosh!
Actually, that damage on the Jungwoo Yoon on the fourth master.
That infernal damage is crazy.
Now we have no idea what the damage chart is going to look like, because right now, as ahead as they were, GC BUSAN Blue is 2-man behind.
This item's gonna be going up.
Oh, this is over on going to the damage chart for sure. And the TKO will be coming in for either side, but we have no idea.
No, we have an idea. IDEPS is gonna win. Because of that burst damage at the end, knocking out 2 players. It has to be enough.
That's gonna be GC BUSAN Blue. I told you. That is what I've been telling you. Because as much as wanted to argue with you, but you have to say GC BUSAN Blue had so much damage going in for the early game, and that was enough to not even it out there on the scoreline on the damage chart that IDEPS actually did really well to put out in the late game. But
I blame Jungwoo Yoon.
Hey, but you know what we're saying? No, we were talking about inches and we were talking about the last few seconds deciding the game for this yesterday's semifinals and also for today's matches. This was the only time that it backfired on us.
Yeah, and I blame Jungwoo Yoon because as a Force Master, even though he did put out a lot of damage knocking out, helping his team knock out the opponent, but the reason I blame Jungwoo Yoon is because as a Force Master, he heals so much when he goes to the Frost Armor and he gets hit. So basically, him staying at full health could have mean truthfully that he could have died out like twice, like regarding damage. But he always heals back up with the Frost Armor, so it always confuses me, and I'm sorry I was wrong, but that was crazy because GC BUSAN Blue at the end, having only 1 player alive, they still won in TKO.
Hey, but you know, we forgive you on that ending because right now, both teams played a very well-played match. Because right now, we see in the early game, GC BUSAN Blue had all the advantage in the world going into the mid to the late game. And you see right here, Dougie Kang was almost knocked out. If it wasn't for that force tag timer, man, this was going one-sided for both ways. But near the end, we see right here, Yuntae-sun is already knocked out. And we see here, soon enough, we're going to see Jungwoo Yoon knocking out Daeun Choi in an instant. And this is it right here. Dougie Kang is one knocked out right here, but soon after this, Daeun Choi is knocked out as well.
Here we go,
Inferno. This is where it is
oh my god, the damage is just insane.
So to be fair,
see right now, look at him going back to full health, Jungwoo Yoon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he healed up so much that basically, if he didn't have that much heals, he probably would have already been dead before. So that is why GC BUSAN Blue, even though 2 players were dead, was able